The flag is up. And they're off. The signal is given, and it's a fair start for all. And the first to show is Merciful Judge. And joining him up on the lead is Indomitable, as Merciful Judge takes the lead now. A length and a half is our leader, Merciful Judge, with Distant Drum Roll sitting in third, and Require in fourth, 6 lengths out. Coral Mandel now is sitting in fifth, and Gold Fax is in sixth. They're down on the far side of the course now. One more to jump on the far side. And Merciful Judge maintaining his lead over Indomitable. Around the far side of the course, and about half a mile completed. And Merciful Judge and Indomitable have a 5-length lead on the rest of the field. And Sept, Distant Drum Roll, Gold Fax, and Require. 12 lengths separate the field early in the race, and they come up now to the 4th fence. And very shortly to the 5th, and then over the bridge crossing again of Beargrass Creek. Merciful Judge and Indomitable making it a horse race early on. Require is staying there in third as well. Coral Mandel in fourth, 6 lengths out. And here they come under the finish line for the first of their 2 required times. Merciful Judge galloping well, as these professional jockeys know exactly the pace they want to go. So still that 6-length lead by Merciful Judge and Indomitable at the front. And we have a horse down as Indomitable drops out on the turn. Joining now is Distant Drum Roll as he picks up, and they're moving up on Merciful Judge, and Coral Mandel also being a little more aggressive. In fourth is Require, 6 lengths back, and our horse is now jumping very smoothly. Indomitable has rejoined the horses and is sitting in fifth without his rider. And Gold Fax is a trailer, and Sept now brings up the rear. They're on the far end of the course now, and they have half a mile to run. And you will see them 4 more jumps to negotiate. And around the turn, we still have Merciful Judge right up there. Very close competition on the end. Distant Drum Roll now is taking about a 3/4 length lead as they turn towards the final run to home, and you will be able to cheer them on in the very first running of this race on the new Oxmoor Tommy Bullitt Steeplechase. There's Distant Drum Roll in the middle, and he's got about half a length. And Coral Mandel is on the inside, and now Coral Mandel has moved up just on the hip, and Merciful Judge hanging in there as well. Distant Drum Roll, not to be denied, as he is opening up just about a length on Merciful Judge. And here they come as 5, 2, and 3. And they're off. And off to a slow start now as our amateur riders are getting a good feel of their horses, and Bishop's Will, the strongest, under the finish line for the first time, as Royal Hatab on the outside takes the lead, with Royal Picante moving up right in between. And these three now are shoulder to shoulder around this first turn. And Hot Picante now is dropping a length and a half back, and Royal Hatab takes the lead with Charlie Burke under a snug hold. Bishop's Will moving up on the outside, as these are very eager to get going, and now Hot Picante moves up, and they're a neck behind our leader, Royal Hatab. 3 lengths behind in third is Bishop's Will. And off and running now, Royal Hatab, opening up a length and a half.
They're clear. Yeah, they're clear. That fella hollered, he was just a little bit nervous.
And they're out of sight now on the far end of the course. And here they come up to the finish line now as Bishop's Will and Hot Picante. Here comes Hot Picante at the end and having the most leg when it counted as Hot Picante. To the trophy presentation area now we invite the owner and rider. Trophy donated by Mr. and Mrs. Lee Davis. The owner trophy will be presented by Mr. Ken Berry, a major factor in steeplechasing here in the Midwest, a wonderful spokesman for amateur riders as well. And the rider trophy will be presented by Mrs. Rose Rubo. And they're off. And Green Highlander takes a neck lead, but St. Elias right up there with him. And Boundless Honor now, not being restrained, and leads over the first fence. As Snappy Fella now is getting his seat back, as he's about 8 lengths out of it. As Boundless Honor and Green Highlander, our 2 sprint horses, are out there showing what they can do. St. Elias tucking in 6 lengths behind in third, and 12 lengths back to Snappy Fella. Out to the far end of the course, and behind the trees they go, as Green Highlander means to take this race. As he is over the third fence very safely. Boundless Honor now 3 lengths behind, and Green Highlander putting pressure on the other 3 very early in this race. They're out to the far corner of the cornfield and making that left-handed turn around the big bend on this course. Will be coming up to fence 4 very soon. Green Highlander now opening up 6 lengths on Boundless Honor. St. Elias and Snappy Fella now have got to pick up the pace if they want to stay with Green Highlander. Coming up our straight area now and over the 4th and up to the 5th. As the field is deciding they've got to get closer to Green Highlander, as he leads by 1.5 lengths over that fence as they come up towards the finish area for the first of 2 times. Green Highlander now well in hand and leading Boundless Honor by about 3 lengths. And Boundless Honor coming down a little hard, and now 5 lengths back in second is Boundless Honor, and St. Elias, a wonderful pace now, about 9 lengths back, and 14 lengths back to Snappy Fella as we've completed 1/2 of the test for these riders. The horses are moving very sprightly around that end as the jockeys have them under control around the tight turn, and Green Highlander gets put back in gear after the turn, and he is now lengthening his stride. He flew that beautifully, and he was joined by Boundless Honor as they jumped that fence in classic hurdle form. Right back up again, and in gear are our 4 horses now as Green Highlander now 3 lengths ahead of Boundless Honor. St. Elias 7 lengths back, and Green Highlander letting it out a notch as he goes down the hill, and 3/8 of a mile to go, just a little less than a half. Down to the far end now, Green Highlander comes in a little close. Boundless Honor flies it and gains about a length on him as St. Elias maintains third. And Snappy Fella now is trailing this group and is not in contention at this time. A lot to do. Boundless Honor now has moved up about 2.5 lengths behind our leader, Green Highlander, and coming right up as well is St. Elias, as all of these 3 entries now have their horses under wide open throttle coming towards the finish line. And now who has the stamina at the end of 2 miles to do as Green Highlander maintains his lead. It's a shrinking length and a half again with St. Elias coming on the inside and Boundless Honor back in third. Green Highlander flies this fence beautifully, and St. Elias now put to the whip, but they will not catch Green Highlander today, as Green Highlander comes under with St. Elias and Boundless Honor in that order. And here comes Snappy Fella, who was out of it early, but finished well in this high-class field, and looks like he'll pick up a nice check for finishing 4th in the competition. So around they're in line. Facing the starter, and they're off. And Priceless Room on the inside now, under a snug hold, is making his way down to fence 1, as Carissimo right beside, and Mending in third. And the first test for the timber horses at the Oxmoor Steeplechase has been passed beautifully, as these 5 horses jumped it with air to spare. Some of them jumping to a height of about 4, 6, 5 foot to get over this jump. And Priceless Room takes the lead by 2 lengths over Carissimo, 2.5 lengths back to Amending, and Big Boo Boo tucked in behind in 4th, and about 7 lengths back to Senior Dutch, the senior member of the field. A beautiful pace being set by a Priceless Room and Ted Thompson on the lead as Amending and Ann Finney move up for the owner, Jonathan Shepard, with Amending. Amending in second, 1.5 lengths back, 3.5 lengths back to Carissimo, and Big Boo Boo tucked in 4th, as they haven't even completed 1/6 of this race. They're on the backstretch now with another big timber jump. They're 3 on the backstretch and 3 on the finish stretch. That means 18 jumps. A true test of stamina. They're out of sight behind the trees now, and when we left them, Priceless Room was on the lead. Absolute beautiful race pace in this 3-mile test, as it is absolutely foolish to use up all the gas in the tank when you haven't even gone 1/4 of the way. Oh, the race strategy is setting up beautifully, and the horses are responding for these professional jockeys. Priceless Room still under a snug hold. And there's Carissimo now on the outside, moving up to be second as they cross Bear Grass Creek. Fantastic jumping out of our horses now as the pace is beginning to pick up just a little bit. Priceless Room, then Carissimo, Mending in third, 2 lengths back, and Big Boo Boo aired that fence, showing his class and his quality. We have 4 lengths separating the top 4, and Senior Dutch now is about 30 lengths out, following these around. Realize now, spectators, that we've done a little over a third. Going to pass underneath this finish line 2 more times. It's grueling, it's taxing. Priceless Room looking good on the lead, jumping confidently. Carissimo got very bold there and stood well back and gained about half a length. Mending tucked in, and Big Boo Boo very content to sit right there at the almost halfway point of the race. Priceless Room still leading, Carissimo second, Big Boo Boo third. Senior Dutch is in 5th. They're down on the far end of the course. And still Priceless Room going in classic style and jumping just the very best on the lead. Confident horse and a confident rider. Mending moves up, Carissimo staying in touch with these two. And Big Boo Boo just sitting back there waiting for his chance. He hopes that those on the front end will falter and he'll be able to dart to the lead. And Carissimo has made a mistake over on the far end, and Carissimo is a faller on the far end. There are now 4 horses in the race. And Priceless Room maintaining his lead as they cross the creek now for the second time. Right up beside him is Mending, and Big Boo Boo showing his jumping form. And Carissimo, the riderless horse, is sitting in 4th place. Mending is beautiful, and there goes Priceless Room on his nose, but our jockey, agile and very confident, brought this horse back to his feet, only lost about 1.5 lengths. As Mending takes the lead now, and Big Boo Boo, 1.5 lengths back, sitting right on the hip. And Priceless Room now is being asked to pick up the pace and get back on terms. And they have a little over half mile to go. The order does not change, but Big Boo Boo, with that grand jumping style, jumps up to a neck and now is putting the pressure on Mending, and Big Boo Boo now is getting very aggressive on the outside. And tagging along 4 lengths behind in 3rd is
Jennifer Lonergan, go to Com 1, go to Com 1.
David, we're clear. 3 horses still running.
All patrol judges, you still have a trailing horse, a half a lap behind. Half a lap behind.
Well, he's coming up on tire 3 now.
This is across the course along with the doctor in the golf cart.
Number 4 is clear on the last lap. The horse trailing with the eye on him.
It's not out of it. Here they are at the last jump, wide open, and Big Boo Boo gives it done, and Mending put under heavy pressure by the rider. Number 3, number 5, and number 2 will be the official order, as Big Boo Boo waited till about half mile to go on the far side of the course.
All horses.
Take over whatever you need. And to to the winner's circle now for a very, very deserved victory will be coming Big Boo Boo. Unofficial winner. And Gus Brown aboard for trainer Bruce Miller and Charles Strittmeiter, the proud owner of Big Boo Boo, first time out in 1997, and puts one in the W column. A dark brown gelding, 11 years old, by Groundbreaker out of Misty Boo. This horse is a field hunter, and you can tell from his exquisite jumping form that the flag is up. They turn towards the starter, and they're off. And taking an early lead now is Forest Floor as he makes a very quick move. And Toby H right there on the outside as Forest Floor got out jumped, and Rainier Dancer now takes the lead from Toby H. Rainier Dancer settling in nicely for Chip Miller as they have jumped 2 of the 12 jumps. And they've gone a couple furlongs down the far side of the track. There's Rainier Dancer and Toby H opening up daylight about 7 lengths back to the 3rd and 4th place horses as they turn the corner at the far end of the course. Over jump 3 very nicely as these novice horses, maiden horses, are underway in their first racing experience, several of them this year. So on the lead now, Rainier Dancer and Toby H. So one of our horses has refused the obstacle, and now we have the horses making the turn towards the finish line for the first of 2 times. Rainier Dancer now very safely out in front and being measured by his professional jockey, and a half a length behind is Toby H. Forest Floor is 10 lengths back in 3rd, and right beside is Mr. C, now passes Forest Floor. In 5th place is a Terrace Flagship as they are 14 lengths behind the leaders early in the race, and on the hip of a Terrace Flagship is Dixie Hammer. Oh, passing the stands now, and Rainier Dancer very comfortable on the lead, and Toby H just sitting there wondering what's happening in this race, his first time out. Now they're picking up speed as Rainier Dancer has cleared the turn, and Toby H coming up on the outside a half a length back as these two go to the far first fence, and beautifully fencing. And then right behind is Dr. C, rather. Dr. C now getting more in contention. And Forest Floor, the Cox's Ridge gelding, now moves up to about 10 lengths back. So up on the top end of our course now is Rainier Dancer, Toby H 2 lengths behind in 2nd. And 3rd now is Forest Floor, and Dr. C right behind, 7 lengths back. And our trailers are Dixie's Hammer. And just on the far end of the course now with about 3.5 furlongs, just about a half mile to go in this 2-mile clash. Rainier Dancer looks like all the quality on the front end as he has been well in hand for the jockey, and he still maintains a 2 or 3 lengths very comfortable lead over Toby H, with Dr. C and Forest Floor trying to catch up with these two. 2 more fences to jump, and they are at racing speed, as you can see. And Rainier Dancer maintaining that lead. Dr. C picking it up and moving into 2nd now over Toby H as they cross the bridge. Maintaining 4th about 10 lengths back is Forest Floors, and now the gallop to the end of the race. And Rainier Dancer well in hand. Looks like a very classy individual. Right behind is Dr. C, and Toby H finishing unofficially 3rd. And fourth place, unofficially, is Forest Floor, as Dixie's Hammer unofficially fifth. The donkey trailer immediately for race 6. And celebrities, your time has come. There's no avoiding it. Your public demands that the celebrities show up at the finish line for race 6.
And they're off and running. Heroes breezing on the inside, Assurance on the extreme outside with Hudson Bay. Assurance speeds to the lead under Andy Wilson. Bisbelin's now making up ground in third place with Heroes breezing dropping back in fourth. Assurance has opened up a 5 or 6 length advantage on Hudson Bay. Bisbelin's in third and Heroes breezing. Insurance running and jumping on the front end. Bisbelin's now challenges for second and takes over second from the outside. Hudson Bay running in third place. Hero is breezing and Greg Ryan completing the field of 4. Assurance speeding away now to about a 10-length advantage. Bisbelin's and Blythe Miller running in second place. Hudson Bay is 3 parts of a length farther back, racing in third, and Heroes and breezing completes the field. They head now towards the third. Assurance now only leads by about 3.5 to 4 lengths over Bisbelin's. Hudson Bay close up in third. Heroes breezing racing in fourth place as they jump the next. Assurance still holding on to a 4 to 5 length advantage over Bisbelin's. Assurance is led from the start. Bisbelin's about 5 lengths back, racing in second place. Hudson Bay is another 6 to 7 lengths farther back, racing in third. And Heroes breezing completes the field. Another time to go around after this. Assurance still on top by about 2 lengths. Bisbelin stalks him from second place, well within striking distance, and Hudson Bay is now moving closer to the leaders under Arch Kingsley in third. Over the next fence, it's still Assurance and Andy Wilson with the lead. Bisbelin's running in second place. Heroes breezing on the inside, now moves into third with Hudson Bay from the outside in fourth. At the 6th fence, Assurance on top. Bisbelin jumps into second place. Heroes breezing in third, and Hudson Bay. One more time to go around. They're at the 7th of 13 fences. Assurance, where he's been throughout, with the lead. Bisbelin's closest to him running in second place. Heroes breezing and Hudson Bay. Still anybody's horse race. It's one more time around the course. Assurance on top by about 4. Over the 8th fence, Bisbelin jumps in second place. Hero is breezing as another 5 lengths farther back, racing in third with Hudson Bay within striking distance in fourth. Assurance on top. Bisbelin's running in second. Hero is breezing, and Hudson Bay now moving up alongside. Hero is breezing. Assurance is shortening strides a bit as they go down the hill for the final time. Hero is breezing, is moving through for Greg Ryan on the inside, now moves into second place. Bisbelin's with Hudson Bay. Tightly bunched as they head towards the next, with Assurance having a slight advantage. Bisbelin's going extremely well on the outside, jumps to the lead. Hero is breezing, coming back again on the inside, regains the advantage. Hero is breezing, and Bisbelin's heads is hard on the front end. Hero is breezing with the lead with only 3 more fences to go. Bisbelin's on the outside, about a half length farther back. Hudson Bay is another length and a half farther back in third, and Assurance is dropping out of it. They're into the final 3/8 of a mile, tightly bunched on the front end. As they went out of sight, they come back into view. Hudson Bay and Arch Kingsley have gone to the lead. Heroes breezing races in second place. Bisbelin's from the outside in third. Hudson Bay now the one to catch. Heroes breezing closest to him in second place. Bisbelin from the outside in third. Hudson Bay on top as they're into the final quarter of a mile. Hudson Bay is widening that advantage to about 5 lengths. Heroes racing in second place. 2 fences remain. Hudson Bay with the lead. Hudson Bay on top. Hero is breezing, racing in second place. Bisbelin third. They head towards the final fence. Arch Kingsley and Hudson Bay with a clear lead. Hero is breezing, running in second. Over the last, Hudson Bay on top. All alone coming through the stretch. Hero is breezing, racing in second place. Arch Kingsley and Hudson Bay. At the wire, Hudson Bay wins this one easily for Arch Kingsley, giving them a second win on the card.
From the outside in third. Hudson Bay now the one to catch. Here Green close in second place. Baby Boy from the outside in third. Hudson Bay on top of there to the final quarter mile. Hudson Bay is riding another dance till that mile place. Here Green is racing in second place. Still good for Green Bay. Hudson Bay with the lead. Hudson Bay on top. Here Green is racing in second place. Still good in third. They get towards the final finish. Arch Kingsley and Hudson Bay with a clear lead. Here is Green running in second over the left. Hudson Bay on top. All the road coming through the stretch. Here is Green racing in second place. Arch Kingsley and Hudson Bay. At the wire, Hudson Bay wins it.
But if you're going out the east gate, the one towards Charlottesville, you have to turn right. If you go out the west gate, you have to turn left.
And the starter has wisely held the flag up. They're facing a starter. And they're off and running. And once again, Lady Dungee busts out of there and takes the lead going down to fence 1. And Lady Dungee leads them all over safely as 6 lengths separate the 8 horses. On the outside now, Don Salem sitting right on Lady Dungee's hip to control second place, and Electron's right up there in third as well. Regal Rampage in fourth, just 3 lengths behind, as these are very competitive horses early in the race. Lady Dungee showing the way to the 7 boys. Now up and over that fence is, and taking the lead is White Smith. And White Smith, the big handsome gray now, picks up the pace, and the others will have to follow. So either go with her or watch. Oh, Don Salem hanging in there, Lady Dungee on the outside, and King Blackhawk making it up into contention as well. They're coming down through the spectator area towards the finish line, and White Smith is the leader. And White Smith, you noticed, ducked out at that fence and turns the lead back to Lady Dungee. Over Beargrass Creek now, Lady Dungee takes our lead with Raleigh's Day coming up alongside on the inside. And on the outside is Don Salem. He's been sitting there beautifully, getting a great ride. And just on the outside of Lady Dungee, in third place, 1 length back, is Don Salem. So White Smith has run out early in the race, and looks like the day is over, and Lady Dungee still picking them up and laying them down pretty strong. Raleigh's Day half a length behind, and Don Salem moving up on the outside, and those 3 jumping as a team, as Explosive Patron is in 4th place, 3 lengths behind the leader. Oh, on the far side of the course, we still have a horse race at the front with Raleigh's Day moving up on the inside again and taking the lead away from Don Salem and Lady Dungee. These 3 have been most prominent after White Smith ducked out. Well, behind the trees, and they'll be coming back into view again as Mount Rainier's on the outside. And Explosive Patron has moved up as well into second place. And the horses are making some early statements as the riders know that they've got to be there, be up front in this very fast course at Oxmoor Steeplechase. And here we come with the Electro and Explosive Patron as they come to the finish area. And this is Explosive Patron and Electron having at it here at the finish of the race. And it looks like 7, 8, and 5 trophy presentation. The owner trophy has been donated by Dr. and Mrs. David Nightingale. It's been donated by Dr. and Mrs. Carl Dillman. Presenting the owner's trophy will be Warner Brown, and the Nightingales will donate the Dillman's Rider Trophy. Unofficial winner, of course, is number 7, Mrs. James B. Allen's Explosive Patron.